Related trigonometric graphs, example 2. Here we're given the graph of a sine wave and we're to work out what the equation of the graph is. But first we're to work out the midline value. The equation of the midline, it's a line that it runs halfway between the high point and the low point, the maximum and minimum values of the sine wave that we see here. We see that the minimum point is negative 2.4, 0.5. So the minimum output is 0.5 and the high output, the maximum output, is 2.5. Now halfway between 0.5 and 2.5 is 1.5. So the equation of the midline is y is equal to 1.5. Next, we've been asked to work out the amplitude of this wave. The amplitude is half the distance between the maximum and minimum values. It is also, we could understand, the distance between the maximum and the midline value and the minimum and the midline value. So what is the jump here? So if we look at the maximum value, we see that the maximum is 2.5. The mid value is 1.5. The jump between 1.5 and 2.5 is a jump of 1. We can see that the same jump, and because of symmetry this will always be true, is true between the minimum and the midline value, between 0.5 and 1.5. So the amplitude of this wave is 1. Next, we're to work out the period. The period is the x distance that it takes for the wave to repeat itself. We can clearly see that from the maximum point or the minimum point to the maximum point, that there's a gap here along the x-axis of exactly 4.8. We can see that because it moves from negative 2.4 to positive 2.4. Now, this is not a full wave, this is a half a wave. A full wave will come back down to the minimum point again. So if half a wave is 4.8 degrees, let's assume that this question we're talking x in degrees rather than radians. Well, then the full wave or full period, the distance for one full wave to occur, would be 2.2 times 4.8, or 9.6 degrees. Now we've been asked to write out the equation of the graph that we see here. And we're given the form, we're told that it's in the form y is equal to a plus b sine cx. The a value here is the midline value. It's 1.5. It's the amount that the wave is shifted above the x-axis. The b value relates to the amplitude. The b value here is 1. The c value relates to the period of the wave. Now, given that this is in degrees, the full period we'd expect would be 360, but in this case, c is 360 divided by the period of 9.6 degrees. So c is 360 divided by the period. That's 37.5. So now we have the information we need for the equation of this curve. So we can say y is equal to 1.5 instead of a plus 1 times sine 37.5 times x.